Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you so much for joining me for another card making video today. This video is supporting an Instagram hop that I'm doing today with the Smart Stampin International group. Okay, so if you do pop along to the description and use my Instagram link there, if you can look for me at Stamping with Inky Butterfly, and you'll see all the links to all the other participants in the hop there. They'd all love you to like and comment, and then of course if you enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe as well. That would be really marvellous. Okay, so that's what we're doing today, and the brief is the new in colours, right? So if you've been watching Stampin' Up videos and seen other demonstrators on YouTube, you'll know that we had 5 new colours added to the collection in May with the new annual catalogue. So here they are: Shy Shamrock, Petunia Pop, Peach Pie, Summer Splash and Pretty in Pink. Okay, really nice, vibrant, bright colours this time around. Our other 5 in the in colours are much sort of moodier colours. Okay, but we're not using the inks today, we're going to be using something else. So Sketched Butterflies is the stamp set that we're going to be working with alongside the dies. So those are available as a bundle, so when you buy the 2 together you'll save 10%. Okay, so links will be in the description for everything that I'm going to be using. Okay, and the card we're going to make is this one, or a variation thereof. Okay, so really nice, simple black and white matte and layers with a nice black and white butterfly, and then I've just used 1/4 inch or 1/2 centimetre strips of cardstock there to bring in those in colours in a different way. Okay, could mask that off, do some ink blending. There are the Stampin' Blends that you could do some coloured stripes on. There's all sorts of ways you could do this card in a different way, but this is what I'm doing today. Okay, alright. So the butterfly is actually heat embossed. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in a scrap of basic white to do that. Just going to pop some anti-static powder on there, this little embossing buddy. And I'm going to use the Embossing Additions toolkit. So I've got my little tray, got the dust bag thing, and then it does also come with a handy brush and some reversible tweezers as well. I might need those tweezers actually. Now for so to heat emboss, I want the image to actually be in black. And the Memento ink it dries too quickly for heat embossing, unless you're really quick. It doesn't work so well. So I'm actually going to use a different black ink pad, or you could use Versamark ink pad and use black powder. But I don't have black powder, but I have a different ink pad. So I'm going to do this. Okay. And we want that really nice and well inked, and this ink just dries a little slower than the Memento, which means we've just got that extra couple of seconds of time just to get that stamped with firm pressure, doing 2 at the time. Okay, and get that covered in the embossing powder. Okay, so it just dries just a fraction slower than Memento, and that has covered that image really nicely. It's gone sort of misty, so I know the powder is on there. Okay, so now it's on, we can just pop this excess away. Okay, before it goes everywhere, so we'll get that tidied up. Okay, back in the drawer, and then we just need to get that heat set so it will go shiny. So at the moment it's all dull, okay, but that will crisp up and become shiny when we heat it up. Okay, so the heat gun's loud, so if you want to turn the volume down please do so. Okay, ready? I'm going to warm that up, and you'll see me heat the back and then the front as well to try and keep the cardstock as flat as possible. Okay. Okay, so once all the powder's melted, it's now much darker, okay, and I don't know whether you can actually see the shine on there, but it is there, okay. So that can just be cooling down just for a minute or two. I'll just pop those away. And then for our card base and the layers and stuff, I'm just putting this to one side so I can get it cleaned up later. I'm going to use a slightly bigger layer than I did on my sample card, so this is what I call a mini layer. Okay, so this is I feel like I'm too far out. The basic white is 3 by 4 3/4. Very sorry, I don't know what that is in metric. Let me grab a ruler and give you an approximate. So I do work in inches, so it's about 7.6 by 12 centimeters. Okay, and then I've just got a slightly larger black layer there. Okay, so that's that one. This one is 3.5, I believe, 3.5 by 5 1/4, or I'm gonna say 8.8 by 13.3 centimeters. Okay, and then again I've got a black mat that's slightly larger, so if you work in metric you know what mat sizes you like to use. Okay, super. So the colours have been introduced using just little strips of cardstock. I had some offcuts and I just trimmed them down. Like I say, they're 1/4 inch, which is about 1/2 centimetre or thereabouts. Okay, but there's nothing to stop you using slightly different dimensions if you want to. I'm going to grab a sheet of my silicone sheet, I should say. That's what that is. And I'm just going to secure that onto there with just a little smidge of my seal adhesive there. And then we're just going to add our stripes onto the cardstock. Okay, so they are longer than they need to be, which is fine, and it just gives you a bit of wiggle room. Okay, and I'm just going to use a bit of wet glue, just a little along there, and then I've got some kind of weird mark on my cardstock there, so let's start there, just lining it up. I know that this edge is straight, so I'm just making sure that that little strip lines up nicely. Okay, and then we can just build that up. And of course you can have these close together or slightly more apart. Just do whatever you want to do. Okay, I'm just leaving a little gap between them. You could even not leave a gap. You could have them all close together if you wanted to. Okay, entirely up to you. So this is very simple, but I thought it looked really great when I did it. So I was really pleased with how it looked, and it means that you're using up these little bits of cardstock that you might have just thrown away, intending to use them but then didn't. So you'll be able to, I mean, if you were doing a lot of cards for whatever reason, then these would be really economical because you don't use up a lot of stuff. Okay, and of course I'm using all the 5 colours because that's what the brief is all about. It's all about using the in colours, but there's nothing to say that that couldn't be any colour you liked, or even, you know, don't even have to be different colours, they could be the same colour. And I'm doing them horizontally. Did toy with trying to do them at an angle, but I wanted to use the butterflies and I just couldn't get the layout to work the way I wanted it to. Okay, so while that's just firming up, we'll just put a block on there to firm up. We'll bring back our butterflies and the dies that go with them, and we'll die cut those. So we'll just use a little bit of this washi tape, get that lined up and die cut out. So I wanted to stamp them far enough apart so I didn't have to go through the cut and emboss twice. So I just wanted to do that. So we'll just get those run through very quickly. Nice and easy to line up. And they die cut beautifully. Just fall straight out of the paper, just like that. Okay, and the embossing has actually given them a bit of shape as well. They're a bit, they're sort of domed, okay, which is actually quite nice. So we're not even going to try and flatten them. They've already got quite a nice shape to them, and I would have probably bent them up anyway. So they are looking great. So I'll probably just use those as they are. We'll flip those over. Okay. So these are probably dry enough. The Tombow multi-purpose glue dries very, very quickly. Okay. So we'll just trim off the excess on here. These are the scissors I use for stuff that might be sticky, so but of course, you know, use your stamping snips if you want to use your stamping snips. But say I use these if there's any chance of things being sticky. Okay, I'm half tempted to keep those, believe it or not, but never know, might. But I think they might be just a tad too small to do anything with. Okay, we can layer this up, I think, ready. We'll get our sentiment popped on. So just a bit of seal on there, get that all lined up at the bottom, and then the top should take care of itself. Press that down, okay, like so. And then the other thing I was also toying with was whether to actually use it the other way up. Okay, which I might do just because I can. Okay, and have the stripes towards the bottom. So okay, we've got the lovely little sentiment here as well. Okay, so we can use our memento for that one. We're not going to be heat embossing this one, so I'm just going to use my memento and get that really well inked. And I know this is straight-ish on my block, so I'm just going to use the block to line up against one of these stripes, just to make sure that I'm going to be straight on the page. That looks about right. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, and then before we put the butterflies on, we'll put this onto our card base. So again, I'm just going to use some seal for that. And then I use top folding cards. So we'll just get that crease. This is half a sheet of A4, scored in half. Okay, and then we can get that popped on. And again, I'm just looking to get these borders even at the bottom. Like so. Now just make sure that that crease is really nice and sharp on the top, because that's what helps your card stand up. If you've got a nice sharp crease there, it'll stand really, really beautifully, even though it's a top folding card and it won't do the splits. Okay, so I think that actually, you know what, that looks very nice just as it is. Bit of bling on that, you could probably get away with it, but of course we've got our lovely butterflies that we want to add on. So we'll just use some of that multi-purpose adhesive again, and we'll just put some across the middle of those butterflies bodies there. Okay, and we'll have them kind of coming in at the bottom here, so we can see the colour either side of those. And you might just want to hold it down just for a second or two with your fingers, just until that glue starts to set. And this guy can be just escaping there, and just ties in with that sentiment a little bit and just sort of draws your eye in. Okay, so just a bit of pressure on there just to help that grab, and then those will be firm enough to move that around. Okay, so that is it. I'm not going to add any more bling or anything else. We do have coordinating little dot things that you could put on there as well to enhance it further, or just use rhinestones or pearls or anything like that. But I'm going to keep it really, really simple today and just have the bling from those embossed butterflies coming through. Okay, absolutely love it. So just as with the bigger layer, this was the original sample that I showed you, same butterfly but a different orientation and different size layer. And then here's another version, just sort of mirrored a little bit. So I've got the butterfly coming in, and I've used the largest butterfly this time. Okay, and coming across there. So a couple of variations on the theme. Okay, all using just these little tiny pieces of cardstock that you'll have knocking about on your desk, I'm sure, to create something really, really pretty. Okay, so just a quick reminder then that this is part of an Instagram hop. So if you hop across to Instagram and start with @StampinWithInkyButterfly, you'll see there the handles for everybody else who's participating using that in colour theme. Thanks so much for joining me again today. Hope you're staying safe. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.